I needed to be alone to first have this epiphany. I needed to think. And then there was a day I was on William Nicol. And I was on William Nicol and Stanton Drive, ne? Is it Stanton Drive, the one that the corner by where there's a billboard, ne? And I was
by
on
Hurlingham and
well, just before. So as you're coming from Hyde Park down, ne? I met those. And then usually I'm in the far left lane.
Sure.
Right? And I know that, okay, I'm in the far left lane, I'm the first car, and then I drive fast, and then there's like a little pothole or manhole there, and then I dodge it, and then, You understand what I'm saying? Usually, that's what I do. That's my pattern. This day, I just decided,
we all drive the same.
Let me just avoid it, that thing. Let me just go on to this lane, this other lane. Clearly.
Let me be a normal human being.
And guess what happens in that lane? There's a car that comes past me and then parks where I was supposed to be parked, right? Right next to me. I know it. Kill. Next thing happens. Boom! Yeah, chaiswa. But it's a bucky. So it survived.
Sure.
If it was me, I'd have died.
Sure.
I'm shy properly.
That is properly sure.
This is the Kanye West moment.
No, I've had car accidents before. I've survived fatal car accidents. What they thought was a fatal car accident. My first car accident, I drove here. I left my bar. There used to be my bar here in Rosebank. I drove and I crashed here on Jan Smarts, right? And the cops thought I was probably going to die. They stole my phone. They took everything.
Oh,
right? The motor was totaled. And then they dumped me at Joburg General Hospital, right? And then they called my dad to say, hey, is this whatever? Because he's got my ICE number, right? He spoke to the cops. My dad...
ICE number in case of emergency.
Yeah. So
Sure.
my dad went to all the hospitals. They didn't tell him where they were taking me, right? And he gave up. He thought I was dead. He was waiting for a mortuary to call him.
Yeah.
You understand? I came to completely totaled. How did I survive that situation? God gave me another chance. So this was... I've seen messages from God again. He's told me go into this lane. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
And he showed me very quickly that this life thing that you think it can disappear like this. You want to die and be buried while you still have beef with your parents. Is that what you want? Is that how you want to go out? That's what God was asking me in that question. He was asking me a question. Is that how you want to go out?
Sure.
And I had to say, no. No, no, no. You know what? Forget everything else. Forget umsebenzi, whatever I need to do from work perspective, business meetings or anything else. God has put me in a position where I don't need to spend my time working for a living. I can spend my time working on my family. And that's what I decided to do. Because I don't want to bring children into this world while we have generational curses that haven't been broken.
A lot.
My father and my grandfather had beef. I watched it.
Yeah.
I saw it. The first day I met my grandfather, my father didn't even know. He didn't even know what happened and everything else. My grandfather summoned me. He called my aunt, Uan, which is my dad's younger sister, to say, hey, she fetched me from Joburg to me to Limpopo, everything else, sharp. When we got to my grandfather, clean, he made us peanut butter and everything else that he makes for himself. Wang Tandazela, did his things, whatever. And then he said to me that if you grow up to be half the man your father is, someone I've never seen them together, I've never seen speaking of each other, I didn't even know this man exists.
Yeah.
But he says this to me: if you grow up to be half the man your father is, you'll be a great man. What my grandfather was saying is that never, ever disrespect your father.
Sure.
Never, ever dishonor him. Never, ever allow what has come between me and your father to come between you and your father.
Sure.
He broke that generational curse that day. 2 years later, he died on my birthday. Every time it's my birthday, I know this is the day my grandfather died.
Sure.
That's the ancestor that looks after me. That's the person that is the fulcrum of the family. My grandfather. My grandfather is from the royal Baloyi family. Back in the days, they were chased out, whatever, because of conflicts in the family as well. And he was sent to barren land, Batuyatagata and everything else, and therefore we were annexed from whatever our heritage and our inheritance is. So I know how generational curses work. God has shown me my family history to see how generational curses work. God has also shown me that I could be a victim of generational curses as well. And therefore, that epiphany that I had, that near car accident, that near death experience that I just had, you know what I mean? really just reminded me again that, hey, there's generational curses that need to be broken, and it's your job to do that. Do not fail in your mission because you're busy fighting the devil.